Yep, the Fallout 76 beta is receiving another huge update. So be warned, get to downloading it right now. It's about 38 gigabytes big, and it comes with some really cool changes, including some changes to high-level enemies and the like. Plus, we're going to go over all of the patch notes, all the changes to Fallout 76 from this patch. We're also going to be talking about Rick and Morty and Fallout 76. What in the world is going on there? Plus, what is up with this stash issue? I know a lot of you guys are going through it. You're constantly having to manage your stash and your inventory. It is a pain in the butt. So we're going to talk about a little bit about that. Also, I do challenge you guys this time around in the comments. Go ahead and let me know what you think needs to be changed about Fallout 76. What is your biggest issue with the game? What is your biggest gripe? I definitely want you guys sounding off this time about that. So get to it. Post down in the comments below. Very curious. Okay. But welcome back, my fellow Vault Dwellers and Wasteland Wonders, to Open World Games. We've got a lot to talk about. Remember, if you are new, smack that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification icon, and tune in to my daily live streams on facebook.com/openworldvideogames. Would love to have you guys drop by. But yes, let us do this, shall we? Quick reminder, these are the beta times. November 6th, November 8th. November 6th is going to be 1 p.m., 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and then November 8th, 2 p.m. To 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and then we wait for the launch of the game as they adjust the game and probably apply a final patch as well. But first of all, you guys are probably wondering what's going on with Rick and Morty. So there's going to be a Rick and Morty stream. This is pretty cool. It says, feeling Swifty, we're taking the biggest streamer on the planet, a once-in-a-generation rap talent, the most beloved animated comedy duo of our time, and forcing them to survive together in the wasteland of Appalachia. The good news is you don't have to travel in an alternate dimension to find out what happens. It says, tune into Bethesda's Mixer or Twitch, Adult Swim, or Microsoft Mixer channel on Thursday, November 8th, for an unprecedented Fallout 76 stream on Xbox One featuring Ninja, Logic, and none other than Rick and Morty. Yes, that Rick and Morty. So you can catch all of the action beginning at 6 p.m. PT on Thursday, November 8th. Circle it, on your calendar for sure. Let me know what is your favorite Rick and Morty episode. Mine is definitely the one with the dog. The dog that goes crazy and takes over the world. All right, let's get into the patch notes, shall we? So let's do this. So first of all, it goes on to say this. The Fallout 76 beta patch notes for November 5th, 2018. It says, our latest beta patch brings performance and stability improvements, additional enemy balance changes, and many bug fixes to Fallout 76. Read on for those details. And they also ask your feedback and experience about Fallout 76. Again, you can sound off at their forums or right here in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys need changed in the game to make it even more enjoyable. All right, so it says general fix here, stability and performance. It says the Fallout 76 game client and servers have received significant stability improvements, and several issues have been addressed to resolve hitches during gameplay and other performance issues. I'd love to hear that they are improving the performance of the game. I hope they get it to the point where it's completely smooth and we have no problems. That would be sweet, wouldn't it? All right, so moving on, it goes on to say some balance changes. This is cool. It says many mid and high level enemies have received additional balance adjustments, Some notable changes include for the Scorched, it says health and damage resistance have been increased for mid and high level Scorched. For super mutants, health and damage resistance have been slightly decreased for mid and high level super mutants. And then melee damage, they go on to say this, that melee damage has been increased across mid and high level enemies, particularly Mirelurks and Mirelurk hunters. So you don't want to get up and close and personal with those guys, it seems. So you have been warned. All right, it does go on to say that there's been some changes to the camp, workshops, and crafting. For crafting, material requirements to craft throwing knives and tomahawks have been increased. Additionally, Throwing knives and tomahawks can no longer be sold to vendors. Interesting. Has anyone even been selling those to vendors anyway? I honestly haven't been finding too many of those in the world. It says quests, event quests. The time required to restart a previously completed event quest has been increased from 45 minutes to an hour and 12 minutes. So if you miss out on a quest and kind of fail it, there's more of a penalty this time around. You're going to have to wait a little bit longer than beforehand for that event to basically refresh itself and to reappear on that server. All right, next up, it goes on to say RN graphics have been adjusted and changed. It says enemies, for that, it says fix an issue that could cause enemies to stop playing animations and instead enter a default T-pose. And then it goes on to say for graphics, fixed an issue that can cause artifacting to display on the character's hands and weapons while inside the white spring and playing in first person. Now for graphics for the Xbox, it says fix an issue causing the game world to appear darker than intended on Xbox. And for water, it says water no longer flickers or flashes white in building interiors. And then for the workshop on PS4, there were problems. It says item previews no longer exhibit visual issues while attempting to modify weapons at workbenches and workshops overall. Powered objects placed at workshops will now correctly play animations and sound effects. Okay, nice to see that they're also fixing things at the workshop because there were some problems there. Okay, so next up it says audio, voice chat, and voice chat. Okay, it says changing Xbox Live communication and multiplayer settings to friends now correctly limits in-game voice chat to Xbox Live friends. And then it goes on to say selecting play with team from the main menu no longer causes voice chat to stop functioning for non-leader teammates. So there were some issues. We want push to talk, though, don't we? That's what we need, guys. We need push to talk. Okay, so what do we have next here? Let's move on, shall we? It says camp, workshops, and crafting now. Also, workshops successfully defending a workshop no longer awards more aid items than intended. And let's keep going here. It goes on to say this. For quests, it says I am become death. Launching a nuke will now complete the I am become death quest for all teammates and rewards. Completing the first contact and thirst things first quests no longer award more aid items than intended. Well, I've already done that one, so maybe I got additional stuff from that. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Okay, so what do we have next? Goes on to say this. Language and user interfaces. User interface, and then it says improvements have been made to better support text display, across several languages. And then blueprints now accept names that utilize all of these different languages. And then running Fallout 76 with language options set to traditional or simplified Chinese no longer causes the game to launch in English. And then for the login, it says fix an issue that could prevent players from logging into into Fallout 76 on PC. Yikes. And then resolution. I think this actually might fix my issue with the resolution. It says adjusting Windows display scaling settings no longer causes the game to launch in lower or higher resolutions than expected, because right now I'm having issues changing the resolution at all. Like I set the, not resolution, I set if it's full screen or windowed or borderless, and it doesn't apply the setting. But last time it seemed to apply it. Anyway, for map markers, it says map markers no longer disappear when attempting to respawn after dying while over encumbered and possessing no caps. Now, they also say the lighting quality setting can now correctly be changed to high on PC. Sweet. And then for social, it says players will no longer encounter a failed to reconnect to team error message on the main menu screen, and fix an issue that could prevent players from seeing one another in the social menu after adding each other as friends. Yes, we were having issues with that big time, and maybe that'll just resolve that issue completely now. Sweet. For trading, it says attempting to trade with the player who's entering power armor no longer causes the game client to become unresponsive. So that's good to hear. All right, so there are the changes from the patch, but also you guys left some interesting comments. Again, sound off, in the comments down below. I want to hear from you guys. What are your biggest concerns right now about Fallout 76. I know the stash is a very big issue. You know, here's a comment that was the top comment. It says Channel 5 Gaming says, I'm level 25 and my stash is 400 out of 400 and I cannot reduce it further. I've packaged my stuff into bulk, deleted my power armor, all my weapons and armor. It's 400 pounds of pure necessary materials, but I'm upset that I've had to chuck my collectibles such as outfits, power armor, and special weapons. Tried selling all my junk, but guess what? Most vendors share caps. All my vendors at Greenbrier are out of caps. All train stations are out of caps. All traveling merchants are out of caps. I have no one else to sell to, and I've had to drop my collectibles instead. What a freaking pain. So yeah, that needs to be patched. I was hoping to hear about something like this in this patch, you know, that we would see an increase in inventory or something, but unfortunately that did not happen. That's kind of a bummer for sure, but hopefully they get that stuff addressed with the inventory and the stash, because I'm finding myself so many times going back to camp, manage my inventory. I don't want to manage it this much, you know. It's such a pain in the butt. It's kind of one of the reasons why I like Dark Souls. Of course, I think a game like this does need some sort of management of your inventory and stuff, but we'll see what Bethesda decides. I'm curious to see what the decision will be about all of this. I just think they need to up it. It's quite simple. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned here to Open World Games for more Fallout 76. And again, don't forget to submit your Fallout 76 gameplay. If you have anything cool or screenshots, rare finds, funny moments, whatever you have, don't be afraid to submit it. I'm going to be creating some really cool videos around your guys' like coolest moments and stuff. Very excited about that. But thank you again for watching. Stay tuned for more Fallout 76 and open world gaming goodness. Remember, I'm also covering Red Dead Redemption 2. But guys, thanks, and I will see you soon enough, and once again in the Wasteland. Take care.